Stuff in the background. Hello, everyone. Hi. So I am so excited we are here today. Is New Year's Eve, and we are doing Sagittarius's 2021 predictions. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you have either of those three, go ahead and keep watching. If you have any friends or anyone close to you who has those placements, also you can share this video with them and you can watch it for them. So you can I don't know, I feel like Sagittarius are usually pretty open-minded, but every now and then you'll get a skeptical one. So we're going to start with an animal guide reading. And this is basically just about which animal's wisdom can help you get through the year 2021 with the most success possible. I've been doing this for every single sign. And if you ever decide that you need some animal guidance, some wisdom from the animal spirits, at any other point in your year, you can order, it's going to be like $15 or so. You can order a little reading from my website where I am going to be offering this service. Okay, so I'm told that that's it. What did we get? Is that a frog? It's a frog. Oh, Sagittarius, you get to be the frog this year. Okay, so one big thing about frogs is they're adaptable, they're transformative, they change and they grow a lot over time. So this year for you, Sagittarius, is going to be a lot about how you've grown over time, how you've come into your own, and how you've developed more abilities and skills that allow you to quite literally let things slide off your back, that allow you to get back on your feet and get back to moving and get back to succeeding and doing your business, even after the nonsense happens, even after the bad things happen. Sagittarius, this is about your ability to persevere in your own special, unique way. So it's not about, following the set textbook of this is the way we're going to do things, this is the way we're going to overcome things. This is about you really finding kind of unexpected ways to be able to succeed and overcome obstacles all throughout the year. So I'm excited for you. I'm sure we're going to see more relevance coming up in regards to that, like I have in all the other readings for all the other signs. And make sure after this video is done that you watch your videos for your rising sign and your moon sign as well, and let me know how they resonate. So we're just going to find out what kinds of events are going to be going on for Sagittarius in the year 2021. This is going to include things about love life. All right, I am told that that is the reading. The first card we have is the Page of Swords. So this is kind of a year of discovery. This is a year that has a lot to do with communication and sharing information and taking in new information from other people around you. So this is kind of like a lighthearted, adventurous mindset you have to the year 2021. And then when it comes to money, we have the Queen of Wands. So I love this card for money. It has a lot to do with, again, I'm sensing kind of a rule-breaking mentality, but it might not be like actual literal rules or anything like that. It might just be that you're really taking on this frog energy and you're following your own set path and really creating your own path, creating your own way of doing things and creating ways to persevere, even if they're a little bit non-conventional at times. And I'm also getting that this comes from a sense of joy. This comes from your willpower to be happy. And money is a part of that. Money is a very important part of your happiness. So this is you creating your own way to thrive financially. Okay, in terms of communication, I also feel like this has to do with acquaintances, like a neighbor or someone like that. There's someone that you're going to have to walk away from in the year 2021. Maybe you just decide that the relationship did not have a fair balance of give and take, something along those lines. Ooh, in the area of home and family, we have the Devil card. So I'm feeling that you feel some kind of restraint. You feel like something's been holding you back. You feel like something has been keeping you in place for some reason. And up until this year, it's been kind of obscure. It's been something you've been willing to explore, but you're not quite sure why you feel that way. And in 2021, it's going to become more apparent. You're going to start to see, why this specific living situation is a problem for you and why you really want to be able to get out of it. But there's a lot of temptation going on there, and you're going to have to kind of sort through which is the voice that I actually want to listen to, and which is just kind of something that I shouldn't listen to, I guess. I am going to draw more cards on that one, definitely, for sure. All right, so in terms of creative projects and affairs, we have the King of Cups. Now, what I'm getting from this is you have some type of business endeavor that you would like to be able to pursue. Some kind of big idea that you feel like it's not just that it could be successful. It's not just that you're in it for yourself, but it's something you kind of feel like humanity needs. It's something you feel like you should be contributing, and you might have more opportunities to pursue it in 2021. So we're going to ask for more information on that as well. Ooh, but you got some stressful stuff going on in your day-to-day life. This probably goes hand in hand with your living situation. That's something that could eat up time and eat up energy. So we don't want that getting in the way of your success. All right, in terms of relationships, it seems like there's something a little bit more official coming into your life. I do feel like most Sagittarians are going to be meeting someone new. If you are already married, I personally know Sagittarians who are married, but poly, I think the correct term is polygamous, polyamorous. I get the two confused, but they're poly. So there might be someone new coming into your life, someone new that you're meeting. If you are already in a committed relationship, let's see, I'm not really seeing this one working out as much, but it's something that is new coming into your relationship life, some kind of new offering. It could be something that changes the agreements in your relationship just a little bit. It's not a bad thing, though. It's something that's new that's coming in. And like, okay, I will clarify, like, if this was something bad, if this was like specifically a breakup, it would be a different card. So this is about something new that's coming in, because I don't want to scare anyone who's like currently married to a Sagittarius and make you think you're going to have to prepare for a divorce this year. Like, that's not what I'm seeing. It could happen, but that's not what's coming up in this reading, at least. That's not what this reading is saying. Okay, so I'm seeing like a lot of kind of spiritual growth as you continue to move forward, a process of acceptance in some of the things that have really been eating away at you in prior years. So this is going to be kind of a way for things to come full circle emotionally. We're going to have some emotional closure for Sagittarius in the year 2021. You probably already know what it's about. It's about that thing that's been haunting you, that thing that keeps eating away at you. You're going to get emotional closure for that. All right, so this is a bit of an ironic card because this is supposed to be in your area of travel and spirituality, which is Sagittarius's realm, right? But this is saying that you're basically like, I don't want any of it. You know, I don't want any more of those self-help books. I don't want any more of that woo-woo stuff in 2021. It's kind of like the stuff that you normally look to for inspiration and consolation or comfort or whatever it is. The stuff that you normally look to, you're feeling like you don't want it as much anymore this year. And it's really going to be a lot changing for you emotionally in 2021. And I'm seeing it as kind of like a moving forward thing. Like it's some of this like self-help types of stuff, whether it's actual self-help books or maybe it's specific things you've been turning to in the past. They don't really work for you as much anymore. So you might feel like you're not as into that, like you want more practical solutions in 2021. So I'm likely to ask for more information about that too. What kinds of practical solutions Sagittarius is looking for this year? In terms of career, we got the Death card. So something is moving on in your career. There's something you have to move on from. It might be like a past job that you've had trouble like fully letting go of. It might be like a past idea about what you're supposed to be doing professionally that you're moving on from as well. And if you want to comment about like a specific card that you want more information on, we can do that. But keep in mind that this is general. It's for Sagittarius. It's not for any specific individual. All right, this is coming up in the area of friendships. It kind of goes hand in hand with this Page of Swords over here, you know, with the lighthearted energy, with the communication. And this is showing that I do feel like it kind of answered a question over here where you're not looking to like spiritual resources quite as much for emotional support. You're going to be looking to friendships a little bit more for that emotional support and for that inspiration. And it's just a slightly different approach that from what you've been doing in previous years. You might be able to feel like you can open up to people more emotionally this year as well, which is good. And then we got another page card. So the underlying force here is like, this is like a spiritually academic year for you. This is like you've been reading the textbooks. I know you're sick of them. I know you're sick of taking in new information all the time. But this is your year to kind of apply your knowledge and apply everything you've been learning and put it not just to the test, but put it to actual work. So I'm feeling like this year is very much about business for you, Sagittarius. So I am planning to draw more cards on this, your kind of business idea, which goes a bit hand in hand with whatever you're moving on from in your career. I feel like this has kind of already been answered. I feel like we don't really need more information about why you're changing the way that you deal with things. The emotional closure thing, I feel like you already know what that is. I feel like it's obvious for most of you. The new thing coming into your relationships, I do want to know more about that. The problems with your living situation, I want to know more about that too. So those are the cards that I'm planning to get more information on. All right, so I'm going to ask about the living situation first, because that's kind of what I feel most called to do at this time. Nope, I messed up my shuffling. Oops. Okay. So what is going on with this living situation? Okay, we have the Mother of Pentacles here. And then the Three of Wands. So it looks like you've kind of been looking for a change. Things have not been particularly bad, at least not yet, but you are looking for a change. It might be that some of it was kind of borderline. Okay, so the final outcome card is the High Priestess. So I'm getting a sense that this is back to the spiritual hogwash stuff that, you know, as an astrologer, I personally love. This is about your soul's journey, and this is about an opportunity to grow, and this is about something that you ultimately need to be able to do just for you. And that's really why you've been feeling so trapped. And these things that are happening in your environment with your roommates or whatever's going on with your current living situation, the things that are stressing you out, it's really just kind of a way for the universe to push you so that you can grow a little bit more. And this is about you needing new opportunities. And, you know, maybe things were good and comfortable with your living situation, but you kind of just need a little more space to grow. It's almost like they've been too comfortable and you've been seeking this change. And it's like the comfort and the fact that everything's technically okay and everything is kind of served almost as an excuse to not have things change just yet. But this year, 2021, is going to be kind of pushing you out of your comfort zone. That's kind of one of the themes that's coming for you this year. And it's something that you've probably seen coming for a while now. You know that it's necessary. You know that it needs to be happening, but you're going to have to push yourself and you're going to have to fight for this spiritual growth so that you can actually, you know, get out there on your own. And this might be about spending more time alone. It might be about not relying on other things as much, you know, those creature comforts and things like that. This is really about kind of embracing that Sagittarian desire for adventure and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So that's really why there's a weird thing going on with your living situation. And it might feel like you're totally sick of your roommates. You're totally sick of even your own possessions, like the things you own, like they're just creating clutter. They're creating too much, I don't know, too much stuff in your life, something along those lines. And that's really just kind of the universe and your own mind pushing you to make a change that'll help you grow and evolve more. And I am feeling like this is going to tie into the business thing that's going on. So I'm going to read on that next. What is going on for Sagittarius professionally in the year 2021? I messed up my shuffling again. I swear. I swear, Penny, you're driving me nuts. All right, that is the reading. Okay, so this is about slow, steady progress. Doesn't look like anything big and abrupt is coming in. You might feel like you're very, very unsatisfied. Kind of, us fire signs, we're impatient, so it might feel like things aren't happening as fast as you want them to happen. And then above I'm feeling that there's a desire to just be able to appreciate what you're building with other people, and you kind of want to skip ahead to the celebratory phase. You want to be able to skip ahead to the partying, but it's all this slow, sort of monotonous, Taurus-like progress, probably because we have Uranus and Taurus right now, taking its sweet, jolly time to make the changes that the rest of the world is demanding. We do have, there's a lot of change though. So I feel like you're personally feeling like things are too stagnant and they're moving too slow for you, but they're actually, from everyone else's perspective, happening really fast. So this is just you being your crazy Sagittarius self, if you don't mind me saying. All right, in the past we have justice. So this is something that you've kind of had to fight for, and this one's not just about legal justice. There might be some court cases you've faced in the past, but this is kind of about your life fight, something you've been fighting for all your life that has motivated you to want to create something different. So for a lot of you, this is likely to be political, social change motivated. I don't know if I'm even talking correctly. And then again, your attitudes about the affairs are that you want to be able to get this stuff done. You don't want this Uranus and Taurus energy slowly moving forward. So you are very pioneering. You want to be able to push this forward as quickly as possible. Let's see how it's going to go. Let's see what else we can get. So you are going to face some resistance. There's going to be some people in your way, some people who are very skeptical about what you're doing, who try to warn you not to pursue this. We don't normally listen to those kinds of people, do we? And you're really hoping that you can just kind of overcome all the BS that you faced in the past, and that you can make it more solidified, make it more so that other people don't have to face that BS either. And it might specifically be you face some unfair legal situations, some unfair court situations, or you've witnessed other people suffer through flaws in the legal system, flaws in the justice system. Okay, so by the end of the year, you are going to have something to show for your efforts, but you're going to be feeling like you want to give up a lot. The desire to give up is going to be quite strong. So progress is definite, but it can either be a little bit of progress, but if you decide you want to give up and you get discouraged because it's not moving fast enough for your Sagittarius, but if you decide you want to give up, it's going to be just a little bit of progress that you have measured for yourself by the end of 2021. And you're not going to have as much to show for it, but you're still either way definitely going to have something to show for it. So I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius really just needs to hang in there this year. And I'm going to ask for some advice. We will use this deck to ask for advice on how we can make things move forward in the career more quickly for Sagittarius. Oh, goodness, I'm dropping cards again. It's way under the table. I have to go get it. And now you can see that I'm wearing pajamas. That's been my secret this whole time. I record videos in pajamas, but you wouldn't have known until now. Okay, so in communication, we have the Knight of Cups. In action, we have the 10 of Cups. In finances, we have the 5 of Cups. And in emotions, we have the Sun. Okay. So this is kind of like our froggy reminder right here, because this is a warning card. This is a card of something you need to stay away from. Normally, it's all about hard work, dedication, diligence, and even kind of suffering your way through it. I think she's getting pricked with thorns in this one. So normally when people think about work, they think of suffering through it. But that is not the right path for you in 2021, Sagittarius. It's not about suffering through it. It's not about enduring the pain. It is about allowing yourself to persevere in a way that is more personal and more special to you. And that's going to be your own different, unique path, following the advice of the frog that we got earlier. So keep froggies in mind all year, Sagittarius. That's your animal. In terms of action, we have the 10 of Cups. So really make sure that you're staying connected to the fact that this is a community effort. Get other people involved in what you're doing as much as possible. And there should be a sense of joy and, feeling uplifted, feeling hopeful from what is going on, feeling good about what you're doing, and like being more connected to the public and the people who are going to be using and benefiting from what you're doing. That is one of the most important things you can do. So if it's like a journalism thing, this is really emphasizing that you need to focus on interviewing people. You need to focus on actually talking to people every chance you get, pretty much. And like for most of you, working alone is not really going to be the proper solution. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to rely on like a specific coworker or a partner. I'm not seeing that necessarily being a necessary thing for Sagittarius this year, but I am seeing that the connection to the community is what's important. So this is like your connection to why you're doing what you're doing, because what you want to accomplish in 2021, Sagittarius, it's not just about you. So you need to stay connected to that idea. And if you are not connected to the community and you're not staying connected to your motivations and your incentives for doing what you do, you're going to feel like you're just kind of free falling. You're going to feel like it's chaotic and kind of like you're losing hope, like you're spiraling out of control, and you're going to lose confidence in your ability to be able to influence anything. And like the ability to influence and the ability to create something new and beautiful and amazing in 2021, it really is there. But if you lose hope that it's there, it's going to like start to die down like a flame that's not getting enough air. It's going to get smaller. So you need to like nourish what you're doing by staying connected to the people around you. All right, in terms of money. Okay, so it's not a good card. Five of Cups is basically saying, just don't expect money to be great, but enjoy what you do have. Enjoy what financial blessings you do have. Keep going, move forward. Try to focus on the positives when it comes to money. Don't focus on, the lack of funding or the lack of ability to get started, because that's really going to serve as an obstacle. If you wait until you have all the funding that you would ideally need in order to be able to pursue your projects, if you wait till you have everything figured out financially, it feels like you're just not going to move forward at all. It feels like that's going to be the case. And I guess this goes hand in hand with why you're seeking more of that, free-spirited lifestyle this year in 2021, and, breaking out of the shackles of your lease. Where did that Devil card go? We had that Devil card that came up in the area of home and family. And that's kind of a theme for you, is breaking out of the shackles of your home, breaking out of some of the expenses that you previously had. And I am getting the sense that you need to be able to feel happy about money in 2021, but it's not going to be by normal creature comfort standards where we have, like necessarily a comfy couch and a huge TV mounted on the wall and all those like stereotypically nice things. But this is also warning you, like, don't lie to yourself when it comes to money either. Do not try to tell yourself that you don't need money at all. You're not just a soul. Like, you are a soul, but you're not just a soul. You're also a body, and you need to be able to take care of yourself and nourish yourself physically as well. So don't push it too far to the other extreme. All right, one more area of advice here. We have the Knight of Cups that came in as communication. And this is kind of, I hate this phrase, But the whole like you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar thing. So it's that kind of thing, it's just approach people kindly and be kind of ambitious about it. Recognize that there's going to be a lot of people who do see eye to eye with you and are really excited about what you're doing and will approach you with kindness and perhaps even enthusiasm. So there needs to be optimism in kindness and your interactions. You need to look for those moments where you and the person you're talking to have something in common. So the challenge here is that you might feel like pressured, like you have to be able to give them something, like you have to be able to provide them something. And I'm feeling that you're essentially gonna, like, especially if this is a journalism thing for you, you're gonna feel like when you talk to people and when you get feedback from other people in the community, you might feel like you're asking for too much. And you might get overly worried about whether or not you're able to give something back in return. Don't focus on that for now. Like with the way you're starting out from the very beginning, you might not actually be able to give anything back. You don't have, it doesn't look like you have any guarantee here, anything that you can actually provide. So I would avoid trying to feel pressured in that way and trying to feel like you have to have something to justify what you're doing right now, because really the only thing that needs to be justifying it is the community and the needs of the community. That's all you need right now, and you will be met with kindness and optimism as long as it's what you put out. So we had one more area that we wanted to read on, and this one is about love and relationships. And what is coming up for you in 2021 with them? Because it looks like there's something new coming into your life, and we want to know what that is. Okay, so I'm seeing that there's kind of a lot of fears regarding this, probably because of, as Dr. Phil would say, that whole who hurt you thing. Someone hurt you in the past, and it's been kind of scary to fully move forward from that. And you are going to have an opportunity to pursue something new romantically, but ultimately it is up to you. So you're going to have a little bit of a dilemma, like, should I actually put myself out there this year, or should I keep it hush hush and just avoid these romantic relationships altogether? So as I saw earlier, there is someone you're going to have to walk away from. It likely is a roommate, an acquaintance, someone like that, a relationship that you have to kind of walk away from this year. But I'm still seeing that for a lot of you, your heart is kind of on lockdown and you're not quite ready to move on just yet. And you're basically just looking back at past relationships with pessimism, and you're feeling like to a large extent it might not have been worth your time. You're worried that it's just going to cause you more pain and suffering if you try to get involved with someone else again. And the opportunities are out there, but the question is, are you actually ready for them? Are you actually ready for love in 2021? And this might be that there's something kind of blocking you from feeling open even with the current partner that you potentially already have this year. So I do feel like, the give and take has been kind of a big deal in past relationships for you. What else is going on? Yeah, you're worried about other people around you being greedy, being just takers, that kind of thing, being harmful to you. And there's, again, these kinds of worries with things that have been very unbalanced, very unfair in the past. And this might even have to do with, previous situations where you've been to court over things. Maybe you had to fight for possessions in a divorce, something along those lines. Or it could just be something that was spiritually unfair and kind of unbalanced. And you feel like you haven't been quite ready to move on for it. So 2021 is going to be a year of moving on emotionally for you, Sagittarius. But it's ultimately going to be up to you to decide when you are actually ready to accept new forms of love into your life. The opportunity is going to be there if you decide you're ready for it, though. But this is going to be about you healing and you making sure that you're ready. And again, frog energy, going at your own pace with it. Because you don't have to follow anyone else's guidebook for how long you should take to get over a breakup. You know, maybe it took you 10 years to get over a breakup. Who freaking cares? If just let the coping process take how long it needs to take. And if you need another year, that's fine. But I am seeing that this is a year for you to heal emotionally. Okay, so that is it for Sagittarius. I'm about to get going with Capricorn here in a little bit. I do sometimes have availability for readings. So if at some point in the year you decide that you need a personal reading, you can reach out to me. I have a link to my website in the description below. There's also a natal chart calculator on my website. If you would like to use that, you know, maybe you need to look up your friends' charts so that you can find their placements, and then you can share some of my videos with them if you want to. Also, make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more. Hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss anything. And please leave a comment because I absolutely love reading them. And I will see you again in just a little bit with the Capricorn video. Bye. Thank you for joining me.